Hey everybody, this is Allison from Alleycat Creations. How are you? A lot going on. So today, buckle up. A Wanderer's Handbook, my insights, my interpretation on this now, May 2nd. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Get the word out, because this is a topic that now, I did it a while ago, but I got to redo some of these books as I'm revamping. And going back to this pressing topic, because it's now becoming more pressing for a lot of people, now just awakening or coming amongst the info of ascension. I put my favorite Jason to task today. I had Spirit send me some signs because I've been asking, what am I to do? Am I going to move? Am I staying? And what the frig is going on? So I've been looking all feverishly after I did the first reading on the Keys of Enoch, because that also was a sign, because it said it in there in some form or fashion. And then I was playing with my oracle cards, and this star community card keeps popping out. And then it popped up again in an ad I was watching, just about like communities of people that need like-minded people, right? So I'm tasking my favorite Jason to look up the light grids in the United States. If there's a map of where these star like grids or light grids or whatever have you are. So that way, if he could find one, that might be the hint of where I will be relocating, mind you. But there's a chakra map, but it's not the chakra map. It's, I don't know if anybody's gridded the light grid on the map, like a visual. If you know of any of this stuff that I am talking about, please let me know, because supposedly, and this is what I'm thinking Spirit is alluding to for me, that like-minded people will eventually start gravitating physically toward each other, not just through the online internet webbings. And this is not just the United States, this is all around the world. But for me and my needing to get the hell out of New York, but if there's a grid here, then I have no choice but staying, because that was my mission. But if my mission is to move, I want to go to a location where this grid happens to be, or grids. I don't think there's just one. I think there's plenty of them. And I'll choose one that I, resonate with, and hope that other people are kind of thinking the same thing and moving towards that grid, where that grid would be located. The earth is still shifting and there's still a lot of stuff going on. I get it, but it's just something to look into. It's something to keep in the back of the mind. And this is just for starseeds and wanderers and like-minded people who need a community. So I'm waiting on his response. That's why I keep looking back, hoping that he's not going to get sidetracked. Wanderer's Handbook. Just like Rebecca Campbell and Barbara Messiniak, I highly, highly recommend this book to the starseeds, to wanderers, to anybody waking up spiritually that need answers on the ascension. Now, I don't say it's the end all be all, because Nothing is. It's just another perspective that we need to take in. But there's a lot of information in this book, a lot that can help us understand ourselves better. And many of you who have lived very similarly to myself will understand this, and it really does, it hits home. So I kind of am going to do a synopsis of, it's not going to be exactly what I made the other videos as, which I'm going to have to delete, but I think this is more of a upgrade because I'm going to put a lot of my inserts in there. And then, you know, please comment and let me know what you think. Here we go, guys. We're not from around here. Quo tackles this by saying many of us feels this way, like we're homesick, like we don't belong here. We don't fit in here. I know I don't. I mean, I fit into certain stereotypical classes of people, like this I used to be a tattoo artist. I loved going to Gothic clubs and listening to industrial music and raving until all hours of the night. I like dressing in a specific way and doing my makeup a specific way that makes me fulfilled and happy. That might not be everybody's cup of tea. It might freak people out. But this is how I self-express. It makes me happy. But I don't feel like I ever fit in, even as a child, into what norm. I was always the cast out, the side piece, just, you know, take advantage of. Everybody used to walk all over me. And I never felt that I was home. Like initially, instinctually knew that I didn't belong here. Many of us feel this way because we either came from another planet, star system, or universe, and we don't feel at home here. Also, that the density octaves are different per starseed. Through our original home, it is with the one creator that is within each and every one of us. Our original home, yeah. So yes, our original home for everybody is with source. But like in my story, well, no, it's not a story, it's just my essence. From what I've been getting validated on, I was in the angelic realm, serving under Michael and Lucifer, creating this universe. And it's also, it's not just the fallen and the light, it's both, because they all took part in playing a role in this creation. And I was somewhere in between all of that, helping create. So after that, and many, many, many times of watching the Lyran Orion Wars and other things happening in the galaxy, in our local galaxy, I was tasked to take form to spread my spiritual vibration and octave. And I did that in the Pleiades, the new forming Pleiades. And I might get validated on May 6th. I have an appointment with Kid and Candy from Hide Vibes Up. So I will definitely let you know what that reading will be about. I'm very, very excited. But even the medium I went to 2 years ago that like validated, no, you're from the Pleiades and you're a light being. And didn't go too much in depth with that. But we are kind of right now being unveiled. So yeah, as a little kid, I had reoccurring dreams, lucid dreams about many of my past lives. Did I know at that age that I was seeing another life? No. Thought they were just really cool dreams. And I wrote them down in my dream journal. And I you know, and I was a little kid and I was just, very imaginative. I'm an artist, so whatever. But then, now in my advanced spiritual state, I look back and I'm like, holy shit, that was past lives. Like, whoa. Okay, so many people now are starting to have hints and instinctual feelings within their consciousness that they're not from here, or that they're remembering who they were in past lives. This is normal, very normal, because the veil is lifting for many of us. We need to remember, and yes, there are going to be very tragic lives and very sad things that have happened to us, and deaths that are very painful. But there's each component of those lives, we have done something momentous that we need to remember. And if there's people that have had thousands of lives, I'm sure I've had thousands of lives. I'll find out on Friday. But I only remember the ones that are important. For whatever the importance is, I need to remember, because those will set me on a journey or heal. Quo goes on to say, we dimly have a memory of the origin we once lived elsewhere. That could be the homesickness we may encounter in this life. We may come to Earth for two reasons, Quo says. And I'm not quoting, I'm just inserting things here. Peoples that want to not get knowledge out to the human race, to serve and to be tested. And I go into the whole fact that we do prearrange our lives, each life that we live, we get to choose which experience we want to have. And I think for a lot of us, the last of our lives are probably the toughest of the lessons and the hardest ones to live, for sure. And not to say, and not to take away from the other lives we have experienced, but the one that we are going to be harvesting is usually the hardest, from everything that I've been reading. So we are being tested. I know, I'm sure I am. I'm being tested. Really, really tested. So this longing that I have to go home, because I know this is not, Earth is not my home, is a real thing. Like, I'm done here. I'm done with third density. Beyond my physical pain, beyond the loss that I've experienced in my 39 years of life, the tragedy of my birth mother, my uncle, and friends committing suicide, to just losing everything. And knowing that, people saw me, that I was never enough for them. People used me, people abused me, but all of it was for my betterment, believe it or not. It's a test of strength. It's a test of perseverance. It's seeing if I'm going to harmonize that and forgive and send everything love. And I'm only mentioning personal stuff to you guys so that you understand and know. Again, stop comparing your torture and your suffering to anybody else's, because we all suffer differently. We all go through things differently and personally. So your suffering might be on a different scale, but nonetheless, it's still very important. We all are given these trials and tribulations in our existence as a test. And there is no right or wrong either. because we chose this experience to learn. And the lessons is to forgive and to love. Everything, all of it falls down to love, light, and the polarity that we choose to take. You know, as much as I've been abused and cast out of society, I am still a very charitable person. If there's a disaster, I will see how I can help, knowing that it's not all of humanity that did me wrong, and the people that did me wrong were there to, they were catalysts for me. And I want everybody to start really thinking about how I approach situations, because it's hard work. It's very hard. But we have to start thinking on a very similar basis. How do you transmute pain and suffering to bring it into a love vibration or a harmonizing vibration, and understand that it's all an experience that you just needed to have to learn from? And you could take that with anything, an accident, a divorce, a bad relationship, everything. That's how we learn. Is it good when we go through it? No, it's painful. It's horrible. Some people have, divorce parties, but there are many of us who I've never been married. My time has been wasted way too much. But all for learning. So the next, when I mentioned physical illness, that's the next issue on here. I wouldn't say issue, but it's the next topic. Ross states, because of the denseness of third density, when we choose this existence and our predicament, we are given a form of handicapped, feeling alienated, or difficulty, which is rather not pleasant. I have a feeling that many of us who are not from here and are now consciously aware understand that we were a higher density, and being on third density does equate pain. And this isn't the only book that expresses that. A lot of different books express that you come here and you just can't handle third density, so your body reacts to it like an allergy. Yeah, there's a lot of emotional and mental stuff that goes into physical pain, but physical pain can actually be like us being poisoned by the lovely service to self peoples who are trying to overtake the planet. So just know that. Poe does talk about the Starseeds having advanced spirits and will be okay to go along with our missions, even with the disabilities, the handicaps, and what have you. It's a catalyst for self-improvement. This only occurs in third density because we have free will choice. We all want to polarize in the love and be of service to Creator. And sometimes those obstacles that we choose to have in our existence helps us think other ways of how to help and how to transform ourselves. I got an email by a very nice person who had a lot happen to them physically. The interview that I did with Chad, same thing, near-death experience, almost died, a lot of issues. And, at the end of the day, when they came back, they were told it's going to be difficult. It's going to suck, but no matter what, your mission will always be completed. You're going to go and complete your mission. No matter what obstacle is in your way, you're being pushed to your limits because it helps you harmonize and vibrate to this exact octave that you need to be at in order to be graduated at. So just realize how special you are, no matter what you're going through. You will get your mission done. And we have multiple missions. It's not just the one and all be all, right? We have a starseed mission. We have multiple starseed missions. We also have multiple soul missions, because not only are we starseeds, but we incarnated in a human form. And then we form bonds and karmic ties to people. And then we keep coming back, and we keep coming back, and we keep coming back, and we keep coming back. Some of us, not all of us. And we tie into these people. So we have multiple missions. No matter what, we'll get them done. We just sometimes have to look outside of the box to find the answers, or to do the work in a different way that maybe you were restricting yourself from. So don't let obstacles stop you from your mission. Like when I lost my job, I've always been this person that reads and looks up metaphysics and incarnation and spiritual stuff. I've always, no matter what, shared my wisdom with other people. When people send me pictures of disincarnate entities, and ask me, what do I think and how can I help them? And I tell them, here, you need sage, you need black salt, you need Florida water, you need X, Y, and Z. Here's what you need to say and what to do. Just let me know if it doesn't help. And normally I don't hear back from people again because it's helped. So we all have ongoing things. And when I lost my job, I basically said to Creator, look, I don't know why I'm being shifted again off of a career that I thought that I was helping children. Very important in my eyes, but maybe my mission now is going to start, and okay, this is prep time. So I've been sitting for now 6 months, going now on 7, reading, investigating, looking up different things, really listening to hundreds and thousands of hours of podcasts of different people speaking on spiritual topics and history and ancient stuff, just trying to put it all together to learn, to understand, to see if something sparks that light bulb off in me. And I got a lot of light bulb moments in the last 7 months. I'm not going to lie. A lot of things like, holy shit, that really happened? Oh, thanks, Spirit. You have to be open to the signs. You have to be, and again, everybody's individual. Everybody gets things in different ways, but don't close yourself out, especially if you're just awakening and you're just consciously like, I don't belong here. I don't feel right. Don't worry. It's a long process. Everybody's individualized. No one has a right answer. No one has a wrong answer, because it's different for everybody. But there are commonalities that we all go through. All of us. The pain might be different. The physical ailments might be different, but we all have something, right? And if you're not, you're an amazing person anyway. But just know that you are in a service to Creator. You have no one has a higher ended purpose. We do, though. We have multiple missions. That doesn't make us any less or any more than another person of Earth, because we're human. This is something that I've been struggling with, my personal self, and that's the topic of despair. Now, like physical illnesses, I have rheumatoid arthritis. I have a wonky functioning thyroid. And I have a really bad back. My L5 is slipped. I have bulging, herniated discs. I have a bone spur in my neck, touching my spinal cord. I know what pain is. I know what it is that I can't get up. I know when my body is not on its tippy top shape, and pain is real. I have a high threshold for it because I've been in pain for the last 18 years of my life, and a little bit, probably more than that. So that put me in a state of despair. But not only that, my situation in my life has given me great troubles. Losing both my parents, finding out my birth mother committed suicide, knowing that all my family detached from me and I don't have anybody to lean on, to help, to, I have a few friends that are in, they have their own lives, they have kids. They do what they can for me. I have a lot of people that try to reach out and do for me, but at the end of the day, I'm by myself. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm actually very complacent with it. But there are moments that each of us go through in our lives that we reach the abyss and don't want to look. We really don't want to look to the light. You're done. Quote says, we all are here to collectively add to the positive vibrations. Be easy on yourself and know you are a being of service. You are here and doing the mission you arranged for yourself and humanity. And I'm putting quotes, quote, in my own words. A lot of people hit rock bottom. A lot of people in the last 2 years have hit major blow after blow, whether it losing your house, losing a business, losing a job, losing a loved one, not being able to go to somebody's funeral because of the science. And I'll leave it at that. It's at those points where you have to remind yourself who you are. Why are you here? And if you can't answer those questions, that's okay. You're going to find out eventually who you are and why you are here. You are a beautiful being of light and love. It might not always look like it's being expressed, but your vibration inside in your biofield is exuding love. I sacrificed my life for 13 years to take care of my mother. I was my mother's home caretaker. I wiped butt, I did her showers, I did the food, I did everything. I sacrificed to be a service to my mother. I did a little bit for my father, but I was in college. And my parents were very like, you got to focus on school. Whatever your despair is, know that you have a team upstairs. I have an army upstairs. Upstairs in the astral, the ethereal planes, I have a whole configuration of spirit guides, archangels, ascended masters, and you do too. Interdimensional beings, especially if you are a starseed. Your star family is watching over you. You volunteered to be here. They asked you to volunteer to be here. because they knew you could do this mission. So they're helping. They're helping. And I can tell you right now, 2 years ago, I know that my higher self swapped out with my old junky soul. Not that my soul's junky, but it wouldn't have been able to handle the circumstances I'm handling now. I would have already axed myself out. And that would have meant that I repeat third density again. And my higher self was like, oh, no, 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 no. You, darling, are not going to go take that route because you are graduating. I am not getting stuck in this shit again. So there was a swap for my higher self, while my other self heals, gets some rest. It needs it. Despair sucks. Being depressed sucks. But if you look at it with optimism, if you look at it logically, it's just another catalyst to show you how strong you are, no matter what set of circumstances fall in your lap. If you feel like you are isolated, like I feel sometimes, and that, you know, I scream for help and no one's helping me, I go within, I pray, I talk to the entities wherever they are around me. I'm like, hi, I'm done. I need help. No one's helping me. Put somebody in my path or do something. I'm done. And normally within the next couple of days, something kind of transpires where I feel better. So there are a lot of different methods for that. Ground your energy, go within, be kind to yourself, have a self-help care day, do your nails, read a book, look at cute animal pictures. Sometimes I have too many thoughts in my head. I'll go and put on a game, like a puzzle. I like puzzle games. It takes my mind off of things where I'm not focusing on the problem at the moment because I'm not mentally capable of handling anything at that point. I'll distract myself. I'll read a book. I'll get lost in other things. So when I am mentally ready to come back to solving the problem or confronting it, I'm not in a mindset where I'm angry or I'm gonna lose it. So just look at different methods of helping yourself, because we all matter and we're all needed here right now. And I've been talking about this topic in the last couple of videos, especially the keys at Enoch earlier. Again, everything again is syncing back up. All the topics that I've talked about months ago are now coming back up again. Why? They know. Harvest on planet Earth. There's an uptick in awakening souls. We chose to be here at this time. Third density for us is coming to a close. Understanding is not of third density, like the understanding of everything. It's not, that's fourth density. As Ross states, so as long as your violet ray and service to your other selves and others lies within the heart space, graduation will most likely be granted. Graduation into the ascension to fourth density. The line of light unto, so they go into, I described this before, the line of light. So we are taking our physical vehicles with us, most of us, to fourth density. Those who do pass away in this physical avatar, you will see a line of light. You're going to go towards that line of light until it is so overwhelming that you cannot take it anymore. And that's where your entity, yourself, stops. And that's the density where you'll be placed in. So don't worry, you're going to be placed where you need to be, no matter what. Once graduated, Ross states, the positively oriented, harvested entities will remain in this planetary influence, but not upon this plane. I have a feeling we're taking a quantum leap to where Bigfoot dwells. That'd be really cool. I don't know where we're going to be. No one has a direct answer for, like Dolores Cannon goes into the new earth, another state of existence. Some is just a state of consciousness and perception. Others, it's like a physical locale that we all go to. We won't know until it actually happens. And each of us are going to be put where we belong. So don't freak out. We don't know when or how this is going to take place. A bunch of us are trying to uncover that mystery. It still remains a mystery to many of us because no one has the truth yet. People can channel this information. People can write books on this information, but until it actually happens, there's no right or wrong. And then again, everybody is individualized. So they could tell you something that will happen for them, but it might not happen for you. So don't get stuck in this paradigm where you feel like nothing is resonating with you, because most likely a lot of information isn't going to resonate with you on to where you're going to go. I don't even know where I'm going. Am I going back to the Pleiades? Am I going to wake up in a pod in my true self, my cloned self? My avatar is going to be refreshed and I'm going to be this super awesome tall person because I'm short and be a warrior. I don't know. Am I going beyond the ice wall to a new continent that it will establish what I've been preaching and what I've been taken apart in a lot of my lives was helping the vibratory spiritual realization happening? I don't know. Cool to think about, but I'm not going to, don't get stuck on that stuff, guys. We all are going to do something amazing and fabulous and spread the love no matter where we are. So just keep spreading the love, and that's all we need to do. Everything points to the love vibration. Everything is love. We each have our own modalities of awakening. The important component is balancing and being in harmony. And that's going to look different for everybody. Your mind, body, spirit complex is different from everybody's because we're all individualized. We all have individualized experiences going through this awakening, learning, teaching stage of life. We are understanding there is a greater comprehension to the dynamics of how the world works, how the universe is, how creator is. It's incomprehensible to us third dimensional bodies. Even if we have enough answers, it's not going to answer all of them. And not one person has the right answers. Because perception is different. We're given that free will choice. We will find the truth out once we ascend. And we'll know more. But right now, we're all learning, we're all understanding, we're all trying to comprehend what it is that we need to do and need to be and what to strive for, but just strive for love. Try to harmonize and balance your insides and your outsides. Try to polarize yourself to be a positive and a negative, because that's how life works in third density. Balance. It's the most important thing to have. To recognize your shadow self, to heal your trauma. And it's going to keep continuing, because that's the experience that we are having, is to better ourselves, to persevere, to learn. And then the next catalyst comes and knocks us back down. But if we react differently to these things and put it in a mindset, well, okay, what is this trying to teach me? You're not going to react the same way in a heated moment to, oh, I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to chuck my hand through a wall because I'm that angry. Yeah, we get angry, but then take a breath and then realize, what is this trying to teach me? And you'll calm down, because now you're thinking, okay, what's the message? So to sum up the harvest, don't worry about it. You're going to go where your soul's going to resonate and where you arranged for it to go. And this is before you incarnated in your body. So even though we have free will choices, we have set things into motion in our lives to give us tests and to have us persevere. If we harmonize with love and light and do the best that we can, we will succeed and ascend. I wouldn't worry about it and focus too heavily upon it. And where we're going, I don't know. It's a matter of perception and what resonates within you. That's all that counts, because you get to manifest. Lastly, transformation. Latwii talks about the keys to the inner self to unlock the things within us that await seeking. Well, so the Pistis Sophia and the keys to the universe talks very much about the keys to the inner self. That you unlock certain components in yourself to transform. Quote, the spiritually directed life lacks not in joy. However, it does increase suffering. As it increases the rate of change within the entity, change is painful. You're not alone. So with this first part, we have to realize that we're all going through a lot. And with the light codes, the ascension symptoms, the exhaustion, the purging, whatever have you, and whatever symptoms you're going through. And if you're not, great. But there's a lot of changes going on within our bodies, within ourselves, that, you know, taking some time out to ground yourself, hug a tree, stand in the light, read a book, distract yourself, look at cute animals, have unconditional love for them. Do something that makes you happy. We're not meant to suffer so much. Sorry, guys. I have a bloody nose. It's very minimal, but there we go. Symptoms. It's probably my allergies. Yeah, we're not alone. Even though we feel like we might be, we're not alone. We have helpers. We just can't see them or perceive them. Sometimes we can feel them, but they're always with us, so you don't have to worry. Change is painful, but we are made to do this, so we're going to do it, and we're going to do it with love and forgiveness, and know that there is a community. There's plenty of communities now out there for you to find, that if you need to reach out and talk, I have my Telegram. I try to get in contact with people. People email me all the time. But there's people who do the Schulman Resonance that have groups. There's people that only talk about Starseed stuff. They're all over the place. I have a lot of groups on Facebook I belong to. It's just nice to see people that are like-minded sharing like-minded topics, not judging each other or throwing each other into a brick wall like, ooh, you're not right. No, because it's individualized. We all experience things differently and we all view things differently. So someone out there is going to view something very similar to you, and don't limit yourself. This is the time now to discover these things, to discover these groups, to go looking and searching, because it's only going to help better you. And again, take everything that resonates, leave everything that does not behind. No one has the right answers. No one knows for sure what is happening. Even if their spirit guides tell you it's going to happen that way, it might not happen that way for you. That's something major. I have Ethan Cat over here. Maybe I'll come into screen a little bit. It's just the beginning of me redoing these videos, but I think it's very important that the messages are getting out. The knowledge is getting out. And next time I will go through more information that I pick up on that needs to be put out to everybody. So with that, sending each and every one of you love and light. We're not alone. And even if you feel alone, or you're on this other side of the screen or the world, we're always going to be here for each other. Know that I'm always able to be reached at some capacity. At least this month, I bought myself another month selling some items. So I'm here for now. Reach out if you need help, if you need some guidance, if you just want to talk. I will get to you. I might not answer your email right away or your message, but I do get to them. We all serve a purpose here. That's why we're consciously aware. That's why we reincarnated on this planet for this time now, because there's a laundry list of people waiting to come to a third density experience. So we're lucky from an outside perspective. So take full advantage of bettering yourself, doing for yourself, and then spreading it to others, and finding like-minded people and connecting people. Some people will be resistant, and that's okay. It's going to be okay. So hang in there, Starseeds. So I do oracle readings for you guys. Sending you love and light, guys. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.